And rather than sit around, we've got them all together today to talk to Angela and to me and to Rachel Reed. Oh, it's hard. I mean, governing is hard, and we inherited a lot of problems, an economy that was broken, NHS on its knees, and we've had to pick that up and deal with it.
Meet Sarah, a 35-year-old educator from Manchester final week. She marked an appeal calling for an unused UK decision. Nowadays, she's been labeled introverted by the Labour pioneer himself. Sarah's story is fair, one of 2 million, as Keir Starmer undermines to issue regard orders against appeal. Underwriters, conventional Brits are finding themselves at the center of a political firestorm. Sometime recently we move on. I'd like to inquire you a little favor in case you appreciate this substance. If you don't mind, take a moment to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you observe the recordings without subscribing. It fetched you nothing, but it makes a colossal contrast to us. So did you press the subscribe button? Incredible. Thank you so much. Presently back to the video. Imagine yourself waking up one day to find that your signature on an appeal might get you an inconvenience with the law. Millions of Brits who talked out against Keir Starmer's authority are presently stood up to with this terrifying truth, and phenomenal 2 million marks have been included to the requesting set's acquiescence. In any case, Starmer supposedly turned to dangers. Instead of tended to the concerns of these voters, regard orders against request signatories are supposedly being considered by Starmer. The first expectation of these orders was to dishearten troublesome behavior, but they might possibly be utilized as a weapon against citizens who are working out their equitable rights. The lip service is clear.
Oh, it's hard. I mean, governing is hard, and we inherited a lot of problems, an economy that was broken, NHS on its knees, and we've had to pick that up and deal with it. I think today is an answer to that question in a way, because here we are 10 days past the mayoral election. Really going to turn something around. You have to do the hard yards up front. Don't look at a tough decision and then leave it for a year or two. So we're doing the tough stuff.
FA pioneer who claims to back popular government is presently debilitating to sue his adversaries. A combination of stun and anger characterizes the public's response. They do not get it. How voicing political difference can be considered as antisocial behavior. All of a sudden, concerns around these regard orders being manhandled have legitimate experts sounding the alert they undermine to criminalize political restriction on the off chance that put into hone. So why are so numerous individuals joining this appeal, in spite of the reality that it seems have negative results? A rising tide of disappointment is washing over the joined together kingdom, and it holds the key. As a result of Starmer's arrangement approximately faces and broken vows, voters feel tricked. A part of individuals are baffled and feel unrepresented by Starmer, since he has changed his position on Brexit and has broken his guarantee to expel educational costs at colleges. This far-reaching discontent is clear from the petition's ubiquity. Individuals feel that law-based values have been dissolved beneath Star authority, and it's not as it were around his program. Starmer is unwittingly serving to support their case by undermining lawful activity against those who have marked the request. His eagerness to hush feedback rather than tending to it is embodying why numerous see him as inadequate to be pioneer. In any case, Starmer's response amplifies past the request alone. His endeavors to direct the storyline are coming to unfamiliar and troubling statures. His crackdown on free expression is becoming more unavoidable online, as we'll see, and this is often casting question on the long-term reasonability of British majority rule government fights. At no cost, discourse have moved from open to virtual squares such as Twitter, not substance with tweets alone. Keir Starmer has let go a caution shot over the bow of advanced vote-based system at Elon Musk. Overix, do you think the pioneer of the Labour Party will go to such lengths to choke your web action? A tremor has gone through the online world due to D's implied endeavors to control online discussion. He allegedly has his location set on our TVs in expansion to the lanes. There are aggravating concerns, approximately political impact in our web spaces, as the Labour pioneer supposedly educated Elon Musk around substance being distributed on X. Both free speech advocates and tech companies are harming over this improvement. Such political obstructions in social media might have far-reaching impacts. Is it conceivable that within the future, individuals will check your posts for PC inclination, where the danger of lawful activity is show, whereas voicing contradiction online?
We will have, a disciplined focus on child poverty. We will have a child poverty strategy. And rather than sit around, we've got them all together today to talk to Angela and to me and to Rachel Reed. And I took the decision that we would take the hard decisions first. I think anybody who's turned around, I don't know, an organisation or a business.
It's alarming plausibility that goes against equitable values. Everything makes this position stand out as how it goes against everything Labour has continuously said approximately free discourse. It would show up that the party's center has moved from enabling the working course to talk their minds to quieting any frame of restriction. Numerous longtime Labour supporters feel deluded and address the party's fundamental standards. Since of this unexpected move, one can't offer assistance, but address Starmer's eagerness to continue as he entrenches himself within the story. Are social media stages reaching to get extra notices? Is the plausibility of more rigid government-favored substance control arrangements being considered critical consequences for law-based talk? And open talk take after introverted is the descriptor that Starmer has utilized to depict those who oppose this idea, and it is stressing. This methodology is both clever and unsafe. He is attempting to hush true blue concerns by casting feedback as an assault on social concordance usually happening in Britain, and it may be a classic illustration of dictatorship in activity. These acts will have repercussions exterior of the social media circle as an entirety. They weaken the establishments of our law-based frameworks, usually precarious ground, when a political pioneer tries to censor not as it were road discourse, but to online substance. It is our duty to anticipate the proportion of the qualification between government checking and add up to censorship, which is getting increasingly foggy. The exercises of Kama have appeared that the UK's vote-based system is in a tricky position. Free social orders are in risk when political specialists attempt to censor discourse and smother opposition. It's a calming outline of how people apparently charged with securing our law-based standards can in reality posture the most noteworthy risk to them. At this point, it is AB completely significant to keep oneself taught and included within the political handle. Everybody need to talk up against the authority and request answers from them. Keep in mind that the key to a solid vote-based system is its tenants taking portion in it in the event that standing out for what we accept in is presently considered reserved, at that point possibly being introverted, is the foremost amiable thing ready to do. We may be the, as it were, ones standing up for the freedoms we esteem in case we talk out against treachery together. Thomas Jefferson contradict is the most noteworthy shape of patriotism.
Hello, I'm Leke. In an interview with Piers Morgan, you refused 14 times to answer if you took drugs. Could you clarify this for...
Are you trying the 15th time? I had a good time when I was younger.
Well, it's number
Thank
16.
you, Piers. You know, that interview with Piers, I mean, the final version was an hour-long package, I think. But the interview was 3 hours. We just sat with the cameras rolling without a break. It was very, very intense. Was it 14 times, he asked me?
Yeah.
So it's not a yes or a no, number 16, no?
That's 16, you see, you got